Hello, hello, hello. Do you ever feel like you're constantly playing catch up despite all of your hard work? That overwhelming sense of fatigue that can steal your joy and leave you feeling burnt out. But what if there was a way for you to reclaim control and achieve a better work-life balance? Well, the good news is you're here today, and there is. Here are five simple daily hacks for work life balance that can help you transform from feeling busy, busy, busy to feeling like a total baddie. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Twanna, your go to career coach for mid and senior career Black women. And today we're diving into the 5 daily hacks for work-life balance. If you're tired of being overwhelmed and feeling overwhelmed, then this video is for you. Thanks to everyone who's viewing live, and I welcome your questions and comments. Just put those in the chat or in the comments there or down there, and I'll answer those while I'm on live. And as well, welcome to everybody watching the replays. So let's go ahead and get started with the 5 daily hacks for work-life balance so you can stop feeling overwhelmed. So number one, you have to reframe busy, because we talk about that all the time. Busy. You have to reframe busy to productive, because no doubt you've heard all the glorification of the hustle culture where everybody's bragging about the long hours they're working and how neglecting your rest is actually seen as a badge of honor, right? The truth is constant busyness does not equal effectiveness. It actually does not, right? The thing is, it's not productive. In fact, it often leads to burnout and decreased productivity. The key is to shift your focus from busy to productive. This means setting clear boundaries, prioritizing tasks and strategically, right? Prioritizing tasks strategically, as well as creating a schedule that actually allows you to get things done efficiently. Your goal here is to leave work on time and to avoid the feeling of needing to be constantly on, even when you're at home. Now, some tips, some action steps that you can take include things like track your time. Spend a few days logging your activities, both your work-related activities and your personal activities. This will help you to identify areas where you can streamline your workflow and free up time for what truly matters. All right, so I'm going to be stopping here every so often to check my comments. Feel free again to put your comments. And even for those of you who catch the replay, go ahead and put your comments too, because I always circle back to answer questions and comments, right? So number 2, batch similar tasks. So instead of constantly switching between emails and phone calls and reports and meetings and this and this and this, group similar tasks together. This allows you to stay focused and to avoid the mental drain of context switching. This is really important for you if you have ADHD, because the problem is you have a problem focusing. When you get focused, if you got a context switch, then you switch and you lose time trying to refocus. So whether you have ADHD or not, that's still a time drain when you can actually batch things together. For instance, schedule all of your emails for the morning if you're a morning person, or in the afternoon if you're not, and then dedicate time during that day for uninterrupted reports. If you got to read reports, analyze, depending on what you got to do, schedule uninterrupted time to do that, right? It does help to schedule your day. That way you're allocating specific time blocks for focused work, for meetings, and for personal activities. Use a calendar app or even a planner to visualize your schedule and stick to it as much as possible. Batching tasks will also help you to reduce procrastination, right? So I have a comment. Let me go check the comment. And Mary Randall says, I love you, Dr. Carter. Great advice. Well, I love you too. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Believe it or not, dare I say it, Mary and I go back over 30 years, right? You're talking about folks in the military and we tag team and follow each other. We talk about networking. That's a great thing about being in the military is you do meet folks that you network with for sometimes life, right? So welcome and thanks for watching, Mary. All right. So, and not only do you beat procrastination when you reduce your workload down to all these smaller tasks, but you get that dopamine hit every time you complete a small task, right? Every time you do, you get that shot of dopamine, which can actually motivate you to get the next task done, right? Also, be sure to schedule your day based on your energy cycle. What do you mean by an energy cycle? For instance, are you a morning person? You hit the ground running first thing in the morning and your energy, does your energy start to decline like, 10ish, 11 o'clock, it starts to nosedive, right? So Mary says, of course. Mary, are you still in Texas? Yeah, the food in Texas is calling my name, girl. It's calling my name. I admit, I'm a foodie. So, all right. Does your energy, like if you're a morning person, sometimes if you're a morning person, by 10:30-ish or 11, you may be on a decline. Okay. Or are you the person who is alert and you're on starting about 11 a.m.? That's me, right? The thing is I have sleep apnea. So for me, between 1:30-ish and 3 p.m., those are my biggest energy slumps. So I don't schedule important meetings where I got to use a lot of brain power during that time. It doesn't work for me. Okay. So it's important to schedule important cognitive decision making activities during the day when your energy is when you're fresh, it's at its peak, you're going on all four cylinders, right? This approach, helps you to look at these cognitive tasks and decision making with a clear mind and optimum focus. This actually leads to more effective problem solving and better outcomes because if you're like me, about 1:30-ish, by 2 o'clock, and I take my break at 2, I can kind of lay down and get a snooze in. So you don't want to be trying to problem solving during that time of the day. You want to do it when you're fresh, right? And you can schedule other activities like checking your emails or returning phone calls for a time when your energy is ebbed and you don't need to be like 100% on. This is also true for scheduling job interviews as well. Schedule interviews when you're at your most alert time. When I had a huge interview up here and it was like a 4.5, 5-hour interview. And I was looking at times like if I do it at this time, I can fly in the morning, do the interview in the afternoon and fly out in the evening, no help, no money on hotels or anything like that. And then I had to come back and regroup because my sleepy time, because I have sleep apnea, is about 1:30-ish, 3 o'clock. So that meant that I had to fly up the day before, do my interview starting at 8 so that when my energy started to wane at 1-ish, it didn't affect my interview because it does. And folks can tell when you're in an interview and you start to kind of teeter out because you're tired. Sometimes it's not so much as tired as just, there are other physical things going on and people pick up that lull in energy. So do interview at your top energy space, right? So Mary says, yes, ma'am. And then number 3 is find a work-life balance, buddy. This is huge, right? Partner up with a colleague or a friend who is also striving to achieve work-life balance. Because when you hold regular check-ins, you can discuss your progress, you can set goals together and hold each other accountable. Because I don't know about you, I can get into zone and I can go for 4 or 5 hours and I can just roll, and I can roll from the next to the next to the next. But having that accountability partner there, you're accountable to him or her for what you're doing and the breaks that you're getting, right? So you do share your tips and strategies and resources that have been really effective for you, and offer support and as well encouragement. Encouragement for the challenging times, because they're coming. I mean, we're human beings, they're coming. Well, when you have an accountability buddy, you can tag team and encourage each other. And this partnership can provide mutual motivation and a sense of camaraderie in making the journey towards a healthier work-life balance a lot more manageable, right? And it's enjoyable when you have someone in there with you. And additionally, you can celebrate each other's successes and learn from each other when you have those setbacks. And this fosters a very collaborative and supportive environment. So they don't feel like you're always on your own, right? So Mary says sleep cycles. Absolutely. We address sleep a little bit later, but yes, sleep cycles, because some folks, your sleep cycle will determine when you should be doing your most tedious work, or when you should be taking it easy, because your sleep cycle is so important, right? And I know, and that's what's, like I said, I have sleep apnea. So I know what time my sleepy part of the day is. And I try not to take naps during that time, because I'm the person that naps interrupt my sleep cycle. And I cannot go to sleep at night, which kind of gives me on that self-licking cone, and I'm sleepier earlier, and so on and so on. Appreciate that, Mary, because she's exactly right. Right. Number 4, we're talking about it. Prioritize rest and self-care. There you go. Self-care is not a dirty word, people. I promise, ladies, self-care is not a dirty word. It doesn't make you selfish. Those are two different things. Self-care and selfish are two different things. They're on two different ends of the spectrum, right? There's a direct link between burnout and neglecting your physical health, your emotional health, and your mental health. When you're running on fumes, it's easy to get lost and, feel like you're incapable of getting things done, and you will forget things. You will, I call it dropping things. I've been so tired sometimes, I forgot my own darn name. People say, "What's your name?" And I stare at them for like a split second. So, oh, yeah, my name is this. That's like on the extreme end before I became a coach, when I used to be so tired, I couldn't remember my own name. That's what fatigue does to you, right? So let's talk about self-care, not as an indulgence, but as a necessity. It is necessary. Think about your car. You wouldn't expect it to last you for like 5, 6, 7, 10 years without maintenance and gas, right? Well, your body and mind are the same. You have to prioritize getting enough sleep. Let me put the sleep cycles back up there, because Mary hit the nail on the head. You got to prioritize getting enough sleep. In addition to that, you also got to prioritize eating healthy foods and exercising regularly. I don't know why that went away. There we go. And don't forget to schedule mental health breaks too, be it meditation, spending time in nature, spending time with the people you love, or spending time away from the people you love. Hey, no judgment zone here. Whatever floats your boat and helps you to recharge, that's what you need to do, okay? So reflect on your current self-care routine. Are you getting enough sleep? Do you prioritize healthy meals throughout the day, and not just a breakfast or not just a dinner? Make the small changes where you need to. And remember, a well-rested and rejuvenated mind and body are essential for maintaining productivity and overall well-being. By focusing on your self-care, you actually can enhance your ability to manage stress and stay focused and perform your best at work. I've had a lot of folks coming in. It's like, I must be ADHD because I can't focus. I can't do this. And I always start with, how much sleep are you getting? How regular is it? What are you eating? How much are you exercising? Because chronic stress and anxiety can cause you the same forgetfulness, the inattentiveness, and the same, difficulty focusing as ADHD. And so take care of all the things that are within your purview first, And then if you're still having problems with inattentiveness and or ability focusing, then see your primary care doctor, for help with ADHD and, to do the assessments to see if you have it, right? So, all right. So continue on. Number 5, the last one, power down before bed. So I'm going to put Mary's comment back up there because this one is related to your sleep cycle too, right? So the blue light that's emitted from our electronic devices can interfere with your sleep, right? It has the effect of putting that light toward the back of your eyes, and it can trick your brain into thinking it's daytime, I'm getting light, it's time to get up, and that can affect your sleep. And Mary says no caffeine. There you go. No caffeine as well. I know me, caffeine for me doesn't kick in until about 11:30, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So do watch the amount of caffeine that you're getting. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed so that you can create a relaxing bedtime routine to wind down and ensure that you get a good night's sleep. Also, and I know some folks, this is going to cause a little heartburn, but consider putting notifications on silence. I kid you not. Why? Because the constant notifications from your tablets or your phone or your computers, they're dinging, they're buzzing, they're ringing. Those constant notifications can be a major distraction. And not just for bedtime, throughout your day. It's probably been like 13 years. I cut off all notifications from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I get no notifications on my phone. My phone does not even vibrate to tell me I got a notification. It was too interruptive. I could not concentrate. My attention would be pulled off like, somebody sent me something. So I cut them all off. I have none. And I tell people, yes, you can send me a text message, but at some point during the day, I'll look. Sometimes I have like 36 text messages because I don't attend. My text messages do not vibrate to let me know I have a text message because I need to stay focused, right? And so turn off non-essential notifications on your phone, your iPad, and your computer. This will help you to stay focused and avoid getting sucked into a social media or email vortex, especially when it's time for you to go to bed. Now, since you're still here watching this and you may be wondering if your work-life balance is unhealthy, you can go to my website, right, and download a copy of my ebook. It's called Make a Living, Make a Life, right? And in that ebook, you're going to learn the 8 telltale signs that your work-life balance is unhappy. And as well, you will have access to the 8 practical tips to improve your sense of balance at home and at work. So the link is in my descriptions and I will put it in the comments. Hold on just 1 second here. Let me get that out there and I'll circle around to all the, let's see if that's going to go through there. Oh, that one went through. I will circle around to all the platforms and put it there as well. So you can go to my website and pick that Make a Living, Make a Life, pick that ebook up, right? Thank you so much for joining me and I will see you on the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.